Imagine if you could make over $1 million from a single phone call. How would that change your business, your life? Well, in this video, I'm going to take you inside the pivotal call that made me over 2 million in the last 2 years, and how you can take that same information to implement into your business for explosive growth. I'm going to share the full breakdown of how that conversation happened, the mindset shifts I experienced, the exact steps I took, and why this single event created a chain reaction that allowed me to scale my coaching and consulting business to 7 figures and beyond. So stick around, because this is the video that could turn your business around. And if you're new to this channel, my name's Curtis Toffer. I'm an infantry army captain. And over the last 2 years, I've been able to grow and scale my coaching business to over 7 figures consecutively by having my business 90% automated through Go High Level and running a hybrid event-based business model servicing men in business. But let's take it back to when I was running that digital agency out of my home back in my hometown in Newcastle, New South Wales. I had built a solid operation. I was working with small businesses, mostly in the beauty industry, which is counterintuitive to who I am as a person. I was running marketing automation, I was handling paid ads, and even doing the appointment setting for them. So on paper, things looked good. I had clients, I was generating results for them, and I was doing enough to live a comfortable life. But here's the truth. I was feeling pretty stuck. You know that feeling when you're doing well, but you know there's more inside you? You know you could be doing bigger things, but for some reason, you're not sure how to break through to that next level? That's where I was. I was good at my craft, like damn good. But I knew I wanted more, to be more, to achieve more, and I just didn't really know how to get there. It wasn't just a lack of tactics. I was missing the mindset, the belief, and the process to take that leap. And here's the kicker. I wasn't even actively searching for something new at the time. I thought I needed to dig deeper into what I was already doing. So at the time back then in 2022, I decided to join this free webinar on sales. And the guest speaker was someone I had never heard of before. But this presentation resonated with me. And at the end of the talk, he offered this free gift, free offer. And it was a script template for sales that I thought would be useful for my business. But I didn't sign up right away, and I missed out on the free offer. And instead of letting it go, I felt compelled to take action. And I actually reached out to the host of the webinar, and I asked for the speaker's contact details. That speaker was none other than Gulliver Giles, a man known in the industry as the sales warlord. So I managed to get in touch with him and set up a call. And let me tell you, that call was the turning point in my entire business and life. On that call, Gulliver didn't waste any time. I remember when I called him, he was actually walking his dog. And I could hear him walking around. I could hear the dog in the background and walking through the streets. But straight away, he immediately was asking me a series of questions that forced me to dig deep. And at the time, I didn't even know that this was part of the sales process that he was then going to teach me, that then allowed me to be able to generate over 7 figures consecutive in the last 2 years. And so, unbeknownst to me, I answered his questions. And we started to dig pretty deep. What do you really want to do with your life? What are your long-term business goals? And at first, I gave him the standard responses, the kind of things that you say when, you're just on autopilot. I talked about growing my digital agency and getting more clients and scaling my existing offers that I had in that particular business model. But then he pushed harder, and he asked me what I had previously done and before I did business. And that was when I started to explain my career capital. And he asked me why I wasn't doing more with my experience, the experience I had from my days as an army officer, leading men in high stakes environments, solving complex problems under pressure and building teams with discipline and efficiency. At that moment, I realized I'd been playing small. Like, I wasn't fully leveraging everything I had to offer. And I'll never forget what he said. And what he said next continues to not haunt me, but really drive me forwards. Is he said, you've got everything you need to build a business that reflects your true potential, but you're holding yourself back. That statement hit me like a ton of bricks. And he wasn't wrong. He truly wasn't wrong. I had the skills, the leadership background, the work ethic, but I lacked the clarity and the confidence to package it all into something bigger. So what did I do? I was offered to work with him one-on-one. And I said yes. I committed to working with Gulliver, and even though his services at the time were a big stretch for me, and it came at an investment at the time was about $8,000 a month. And to put that into perspective at the time, I only had enough cash to cover 1 month of his coaching. Didn't have a credit card, didn't have anything. It was just, that was in my bank account. That's all I had. But I knew that if I didn't take some real steps towards fixing my problems now and take the leap, that I'd be stuck in the same place forever. I had no choice but to make it work. That's exactly what I did. And so the action plan that made me over $2 million was after that phone call, everything changed. And here's what we did, step by step. The first thing that we did was we created a killer sales script. And the way that we did this was Gulliver pretty much extracted all of my career capital, put it into the sales process that he teaches, and helped me develop a high converting sales script that wasn't just about selling. It was about communicating the value I could provide to my ideal clients. We crafted that message that hit home for the type of men in business that I wanted to work with. You know, men who were successful but wanted more from their life and business. And it wasn't just about tactics. It was about creating emotional resonance and showing them what was possible. Because truly understanding marketing and sales, I knew my target market, my ideal client, back to front. So when we crafted this sales script, it was very clear to me what it was that we were communicating to take to market. The next step was then looking at building a system for consistency. So we integrated the script into a structured system using Go High Level to automate the entire lead generation and appointment setting process. This meant that I could focus on closing deals while the system handled the back end. No more manual follow-up, no more time wasted chasing leads. Everything was streamlined because I was a solopreneur. I was a single person running this entire business for the entire business for the first 12 months. So when I was able to then systemize the lead gen process and the nurturing sequences, I then started to then focus on launching my first high ticket event. And with the system in place, I began running Facebook ads to promote a high ticket event. My first big push into coaching and consulting beyond my digital agency. The event sold out, and after the event, I built a landing page that spoke directly to my audience's pain and aspiration, and I created a thorough application process to ensure that the people that I was speaking to were qualified and serious about taking action, which ultimately protected my time. And then how I then continued to move forward from there was then scaling through iteration, because I didn't just stop there. I refined the event, improving it based on feedback and results, and after each event, I would then on the back end offer a mastermind to participants, creating the opportunity to work with them over 12 months to help them grow and scale their business, to then also help me then achieve and create that recurring monthly revenue on the back end. So over time, I built this ecosystem of high value clients, consistent events, and recurring revenue that allowed me to scale past 7 figures in the first 12 months and then repeat the same efforts the following year. So the key lessons that I took from that phone call, which really ultimately was that one conversation was worth millions. And here's why. The first point is clarity. You know, Gulliver gave me the clarity to see that I had everything I needed within me. I didn't need to add more skills. I needed to maximize what I already had. The mindset shift was that he challenged my limiting beliefs. I didn't believe I could reach 7 figures, but he did. And that was enough for me to take action. The structured strategy, wasn't just about throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. Gulliver gave me a structured approach, and that's why it worked. And if I had to start from scratch today, this is exactly how I'd do it again. I would get crystal clear on what your core skills are, what you're passionate about, and what you've already accomplished. I'd identify what problems these skills can solve and who has these problems. I'd be crafting messaging that speaks directly to your audience's pain points and desires. And I would then look to create a minimum viable product and take it to market as quickly as possible. Test that MVP with small organic audience and get feedback and iterate and improve. Use the results that you gathered from that first launch and testimonials from your initial group to then run paid ads and to scale your offer. I would build an automated lead gen pipeline through a system like Go High Level so you can focus on sales while your system does the heavy lifting. This will allow you to gain back the time you need to focus on what's really important, which is the bloodline of your business, which is sales. I would then focus on selling high ticket offers until your marketing, sales, and fulfillment systems are rock solid. Continuously improve your product based on feedback and results. Post consistently and organically to build your authority and credibility in the market. And that there would be my steps to be able to get to where I had achieved within the first 12 months, which is just a 7-figure coaching business. Now, I know some of you are ready to take your business to the next level, but maybe you're feeling stuck, just like I was. So I want to put this out to you. I want you to drop a comment below with your biggest challenge in business or just in general, and I'll reply personally with a video on how I would solve that problem if it were me in that business or if I was your business partner. And if you're curious about what's really holding you back and wasting your time in business, then you're going to want to watch and check out the next video. So remember, the only thing standing between you and your next level is the clarity and confidence to take action. Let's connect in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.